Namaste students, my name is JVS Dr. Neeraj Bholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So in this lecture, we are going to study about the types and causes of aggression. And in the previous lecture, we have studied about the aggressive behavior patterns. So we have understood that what is the aggressive behavior patterns. Now in this lecture, we will study the types and causes of the aggression. So the aggressive behavior, actually, it is the actual and the potential harm to the another animals. And we have discussed that there are two types of the animal aggression behavior. So in the types, if we talk about, we can broadly categorize into the two categories, one in the interspecific and second is the intraspecific aggression. And further, it can be categorized by the various ways. Okay, so the broad category is the interspecific, that is known as the predatory and anti-predatory aggression. So in which the animals prey upon prey upon or defend themselves from other animals of different species. Okay, for example, the hunting of some carnivores to the some herbivores. That is the example of the interspecific or the predatory or anti-predatory aggression. Then second one is the intraspecific aggression, which in which animal attacks members of their own species, and the intraspecific aggression is widespread and because of various causes for the food, for the habitat, for the reproduction, etc. So it is very commonly seen, and the intraspecific aggregation. So the types of aggregation are can be categorized in various ways, but we can see by examples, various examples of there, that the sea anemones lash at one another with the tentacles armed with stinging cells. So this is one type of the aggression. Then ragworms batter each other with the proboscis that they uses for digging the burrows. Then lobster use their large claws for hitting the grasping. And the tree frogs, lizards, songbirds, rats, chimpanzees, they shows the aggressive behaviors. The red deer use their antlers to push and batter one another. So these are the various types of the examples of the aggressive behaviors. Okay. The very much spectacular example are the lethal fights in some animals. For example, the fight in the neighboring colonies of ants in the spring, and the killing raised by coalitions of male chimpanzees against the smaller neighboring groups. So the fighting of the chimpanzees, group of the chimpanzees, is very lethal. So again, the can be again categorized into the various categories of the aggression patterns. So what are the different categories? It is the first one is the maternal defense. So if you see that if you comes toward the any infant and its mother is there, then it will attack on you. So that is the maternal effect, or we can say that is the maternal defense system. Then second is the territorial defense. Then we have already discussed what is the territorial defense. When another species, another individual comes in the territory of one animal, then it have some aggressive patterns. Then predation, third one is the predation. We have discussed then when a carnivore feeds or prey on some animal, that the behavior between them is um, the predation behavior or the aggressive behavior. Then aggression after grouping, when a group is divided into two groups, for example, the group of the chimpanzees, if they can fight for the common resources, for the food and for other things. So that is the aggression after fighting. Then inter-male fighting is also there for the reproduction, the fighting is there. For resource defense, intergender fighting is there, aberrant aggression is there. So there are many categories of the aggression. So broad category is the inter-specific and intra-specific. Then the again it can be categorized into the maternal defense, the territorial defense, the predation, the aggression after grouping, the intermale fighting, and resource defense. Then we can say the another is the intergender fighting and the aberrant aggression. Aberrant aggression means the aggression at any time. For you can say the aberrant aggression in the pigs. So they agree, they show the aggression patterns at any time of point. So that was the types of the aggression. Now what are the reason, cause, types? We have said types. Now the causes of the aggression. So causes is very simple. It is the competition and competition for foods, for reproduction, for and it may be in influence of the nervous system, in hormones, in genetics, and environment also have some role for the aggression patterns. So the physiological cause of aggression, so nervous system and by the levels of the particular hormone circulating in the blood. So they are very important in the behavior, aggression behavior. Okay, so next is the how hormones and the nervous system involved in the aggression pattern. So neuroendocrine influence, how the neuroendocrine system influences the aggression patterns. So the neurohormone that is the serotonin. The what is the neurohormone? That is the serotonin. So it is very clearly involved in the control of the aggression and dominance patterns, as it the octapamine, an invertebrate analog of the norepinephrine or the noradrenaline, which in vertebrates act in response to stressful situations. So these the hormones involved in the aggression patterns. So serotonin injections causes the lobster to take up the dominant posture, while octapamine injections include the submissive posture. Means the two neuroendocrine hormones, the serotonin and the octapamine, are directly involved in the aggression. Okay, so the aggression during the growth and development. So the hormonal level changes when with the increasing growth of the child. So the developing anatomical structures such as the testes of young males and mammals produces a brief surge of steroid hormones, and that is responsible for the development of the male reproductive system and the mating behaviors. So the hormones also have a lasting effect on the development of the brain structures that control the aggression in the adult males. So the hormones directly and indirectly. So there are two types of the effects the hormone have. First, the hormone directly, because testosterone is directly responsible for the aggression behavior, and indirectly it is responsible for the development of the brain structures that controls the aggression in the adult males. So it affects the aggression behavior by two ways. So making the structures more sensitive to the aggression, facilitating the effects of the testosterone. So early exposure of other non-gonadal hormones such as AVP has been shown to increase the levels of ovulation in the adult males. So thus the well-documented gender differences in the aggressiveness seen in many species are the result of the lasting effect of exposure of the hormones early in the development. So what is the non-gonadal hormone which have the effects on the aggression? That is the AVP. So developmental effects can also generate the marked natural variations in the aggression observed in many species among individuals of the same sex. If the sex is different, it is the male or female, then hormone is responsible for the differences in the aggression. If we talk about the same sex, then some uh, 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 the developmental effects also have the impact on the aggression patterns. If we talk about the two males of the same sex, then what is the reason behind their different aggression pattern? First, the level of the testosterone. Second is the developmental effects. Okay, so the influence of the testosterone. So the steroid hormone produced by the gonads, male's aggressiveness and his circulating levels of androgens such as the testosterone, a hormone produced by testes, and uh, it is not only in the mammals, it is from the fish to the mammals. The aggression levels rise and fall with the natural fluctuations in the testosterone level. So the testosterone controls the aggression levels and the dominance level not only in the humans or not only in the mammals, but it is from the fishes to the mammals, all controlled by the testosterone. It is very much clear or proven that the castration has been found to reduce the aggression dramatically, and it is performed in many animals, many pet animals, in cow family also. So while experimental, when we re-inject the testosterone in the blood, then it restores the aggression. So it is very clear that testosterone controls the aggression. Then environmental and genetic influences, how the environment and the genetics affect the aggression patterns. So the aggression develops as a result of interaction between the genes and the environment in which the genes are expressed. So genetic factors on the Y chromosome for mice determine whether the embryonic gonad secretes androgens and hence whether aggression promoting brain regions are sensitized to the testosterone. So first of all, the genetic factor Y. So if the Y chromosome is there, means the individual will secrete the androgen hormones, and then during the development, their brain develops in the way that it makes itself sensitive towards the testosterone. Means when the testosterone will be there, the brain is sensitive and it will sense the testosterone level and the aggression patterns will be behaved or shown. Okay, so fine, that was all about the types and causes of the aggression. So hope you are satisfied with this detailed session. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write in the comment box. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.